I'm not back at the hotel. I am back home. We have Bitsy here in the corner getting all the loves and snuggles. In fact, here Bitsy, here girl. Yeah, hey mama. Do you want to sit up here? Yes, yes. Hi Baxter boy. So I have the doggies with me and I wanted to just start this video off with talking about Epic Universe, my thoughts and recaps after this first trip, and ultimately what I expect in the future, the things that went right, the things that went wrong, and then for those of you who are subscribers to me, you can watch the vlog in the second half of the video. I promise this first half will be quick, and if you're new here and you're new to me, then enjoy the vlog if you choose to stick around. If you want to go to Epic Universe and you want to do absolutely everything, I recommend you get an express pass, or if you can afford it, I believe it's also called VIP at Epic, the VIP experience. That is the only way I truly think you're going to have a comfortable day, be able to enjoy the theming, and also ultimately do everything you want to do comfortably if the weather gets crazy as well, or if luck is not on your side with wait times. Because there's so many factors you have to consider with this park, and as someone who studied it for weeks, tried mapping out every best case scenario, and we still found ourselves having to decide what are we going to cut out on this trip and what are we going to have to wait until the very next time we're able to go to this park, even if it's not until 2 or 3 years from now. Those are the questions and decisions you have to make for yourself. But I think having the express pass or having the VIP experience, which is essentially having like a tour guide take you through and the exclusive perks that come with that purchase, is going to afford you so you don't have to worry about it if you truly want to do every single thing in this park, hopefully end the day you have there. So let's start with the pros. I absolutely love the Frankenstein experiment. Absolutely love. Ironically, it is the most consistent ride. I want to say the entire day, and we were there October 25th, the ride had at most a wait of 30 minutes. And we rode it 3 times because we tried to fit everything in our day. Originally, my plan was to try to ride all 11 attractions. And then after some reflection, as you can see, I wear my hair straight, and I personally don't like being wet and having to still walk to the car. When it comes to theme parks, I think in the last 15 years of going to Universal Orlando, I've maybe ridden all of the water attractions once, maybe twice. And that's when my hair was in braids and I was in the mood to ride a water ride. So with that context, there was no real intention of doing fire drill. So that brings us down to 10 attractions. And did I ride all 10 attractions? No. Out of the ones I did ride, I think Frankenstein's Experiment was my number one. The queue, phenomenal. The ride, amazing. All the attractions worked our first ride. Later in the night, when we rode again around 8 p.m., the first Frankenstein attraction, when you've passed Victoria and she commands him to like turn something on, he was kind of like stuck in this standing pose. And you still got the vibrations on the seat. So if you've ridden the ride, you know what I'm talking about. But that was the only animatronic that didn't work. Now, with everything going on, and because this was my first 3 times riding the ride, there could have been more. But because the ride is so consistent, when we rode it that second time, the attraction, I'm just gonna call it team member, said, "Do you all just wanna ride again?" to me, my brother, and the party next to us. And we were like, yeah. So we didn't have to unload. They just let us go through again. Oh my gosh. I actually went into this thinking about Frankenstein's monster, thinking about Dracula, but I was blown away with the Igor animatronic. I was blown away by the Phantom. Oh my gosh, I think that was like my favorite one. I was not expecting that. I really enjoy him in the beginning. I thought the Black Lagoon creature is amazing. I did not find the Chance and Jack statues. I was looking so hard, but I couldn't find them. I'd have to probably Google a picture to see what they look like. The mummy was huge. Just everything was so good. I was not expecting Dracula's brides to be there, but they looked phenomenal. I actually cackled the first time I heard the joke when Igor says all the, I forgot what they call them, like the ghouls, or they've all escaped essentially, even the ugly one. That made me laugh because they looked absolutely terrifying. Just all in all, love the attraction. I won't spoil it, but if you want to go look up a point of view watch through, then do that. But that had to be my favorite ride. The only other attraction that would get me back to Epic Universe at this time is the one in the Isle of Berk. I've never seen How to Train Your Dragon. I started it, I fell asleep on it, and that's the only context I have. It is the roller coaster in that section of the park. I believe it's called, I don't know, Dragon Flyers, but no, because there's also a Dragon Racing, which is more of like a carnival-esque ride, which we'll get to in the next point. But that was my second favorite attraction. Unfortunately, we tried riding it a second time to close out the park, and it broke down, and we were unable to ride it a second time. I really liked that one. It reminded me a lot of Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure. It's very fun. I thought it was gonna be a little bit kiddish, but I thought it was the right amount of thrill, the right amount of animatronics, the right amount of theming, and the right amount of just overall, like, it's just a feel-good ride. And that's kind of what I'm looking for in a new theme park. Ultimately, we rode Stardust Racers, we rode the Donkey Kong Minecart Madness, we rode the Mario Kart ride, we also rode the Curse of the Werewolf, again, that second How to Train Your Dragon ride that has like the carnival-esque ride functioning to it, and I believe one more, but I can't remember what off the top of my head. The ride I really wanted to ride that we didn't get to before the end of the closing of the park was the carousel, and ultimately we took our losses and just accepted we were not going to be able to do Battle of the Ministry or the Yoshi's Adventure because of the wait times and the time we had left, unfortunately. We went into our day with having reservations at a property. So we were going to do the early admission, and we were able to do Stardust Racers twice, both the green and yellow sides, before the park opened. From that point on, it was really just a game of what's going on. And we tried to beat the heat, and in trying to beat the heat, we tried watching both of the shows that are currently at Epic Universe. Both shows had malfunctions. And because they had malfunctions, we were given the single-use attraction express pass that of course has the limitations. We could not ride the express lane for Battle of the Ministry, and we could not ride the express lane for Minecart Madness. Ultimately, the rides that we waited the longest wait times in did not feel worth it. The Isle of Berk Racer themed ride did not feel worth the hour we waited. The Donkey Kong ride kind of gave me an instant headache. It was cool, the theming was cool, but as I've gotten older, it's not the type of roller coaster that would get me to go back. It's not the Hulk, it's not Velocicoaster, it's not Hagrid's, and when it was still up, it's not even Rip Ride Rocket for me. Now, the other two coasters, the Stardust Racers and the one in the Isle of Berk, maybe, but in total, what I'm hearing is there's only 3 out of 11 attractions. Your only 2 entertainment shows cut out. Like, we couldn't watch them, we got kicked out, and that's it. That's how much we were able to do from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. And that is why ultimately right now, as an annual pass member, I just don't want to shell out the extra 100 plus, because it's like what, 150, 160 per visit to go to Epic Universe right now. Hopefully by 2027, there's an option to go to Epic Universe as a part of our premier annual pass, or maybe it's just an additional cost to the annual pass, but let's say no more than 50 to 75 on whatever we currently pay annually for it and all the perks we have. That's why I have the premier annual pass. All the perks are beneficial. As someone who doesn't currently live full-time in Florida but still has family in Florida who also has the premier passes, we plan our Halloween Horror Nights trips and other Universal trips around this. And this trip specifically, we decided as a group, let's also explore Epic. Everyone's been at least once but me, but everyone in my group who's been before me also has not been able to do every single attraction. And right now, if I'm already paying as an annual pass holder an additional ticket to get into your park, and I'm paying for express for Halloween Horror Nights, I don't want to pay an additional express for your theme parks currently. And I know that's essentially what you have to consider as a guest. Do you want to pay in your time, or do you want to pay in your money? Because that's ultimately what the theme parks currently fall down to. Not even just Universal. It would be the same decision for Disney. It would be the same decision for SeaWorld, Busch Gardens. I'm sure some of the other ones I've never been to, like Six Flags, etc., etc., etc. Lastly, things that I felt went wrong. Again, we went to both shows filled out. We waited in queues, and the wait times were recorded at like 2 hours. I feel like we waited more than that, let's say 2 hours 30. Some rides while we were there were quoted at 4 or 5 hour waits, which is ridiculous. I would never wait that long for a ride. I would just, again, accept my loss and go on another day or wait until the times get better. Unfortunately, when we went on Saturday, October 25th, there's this idea and concept I've seen across channels and Reddit and other people's experiences where the wait times get better at night. They never got better that day. They never got better that day. They only climbed and got worse, or the rides went down. And when they came back, they obviously jumped back. In fact, like I said previously, Mario Kart went from being maybe a 2 hour wait before it went down. And then when it came back, it was a 5.5 hour wait at 8 o'clock at night. Yeah. And the food selections are fine. I think the prices are a lot. For a mocktail, I spent, I want to say $13. For my burger with no bun and fries, I spent $20. Butterbeer was $10. A crepe was $20. I can't remember if I bought anything else to consume while at that park, because we did eat our dinner at City Walk. But even all the snacks and sides my other people in my group bought, there's really just like very themed options. It's not what I would consider picky eater friendly, but even in doing so, it feels overpriced for what you're paying for. Like, it wasn't bad food, but it also didn't feel like I was eating a $20 burger and fries or a $20 crepe or a $10 butterbeer. In fact, I think that was one of the most nauseating butterbeers I've ever had. So right now it still feels like a work in progress. It's a new park. It's still opening. I'm giving it grace to grow and change. But again, as an annual pass holder, I don't see myself going back until it's more economical to potentially buy the ticket and express on top of already paying for an annual pass, and potentially buying, again, express for Halloween Horror Nights and going to the Halloween Horror Nights event, which is also a separate ticket. So you just have to factor in your costs. And ultimately, I don't regret anything in my trip. I, again, made those decisions of, I was at the point of the day where I did everything I wanted to do except for Battle of the Ministry. I was kind of bummed because I wanted to see those shows and I wanted to ride that roller coaster in Isle of Berk again, but it broke, and it is what it is. That's what happens. But I think because I got to ride my favorite ride 3 times with no issues and truly enjoyed the experience down to the actual waiting queue, that's more than I can ask for. So if you watched this point, thank you. And that's the end of my thoughts and recap. The next half of this video is going to be all the clips of the day, starting from when we got to the parks all the way to shutting it down. This is the start of our Epic Universe vloggy vlog. So we're gonna hope that they let us go in, because we're staying at a hotel. We just don't have our hotel keys yet. And if not, we're just gonna stare at them until they let us in at 10 a.m. We're just here bright-eyed and bushy-tailed then, which is fine. But I'm excited. And I already have an itinerary, and it's gonna be a good day. So I didn't actually check, and we are staying at a property, but we don't have our key cards yet. So I'm wondering, if I show them the booking, will they let us in for early access, or are they just gonna make us stand outside the portals? decided we're gonna do Minecart Madness first, and then Mario Kart, and then Yoshi's Adventure. I will say this, Epic Universe is very well themed. I think when I'm at the hotel, I'll be able to debrief more on my thoughts regarding the ride situations. However, I do think in terms of dining so far and just overall theming, it's really, really nice here. But obviously, until it's included in an annual pass, I don't know what time I will be back, which is why my objective today was try to eat things that seemed good and also go to any rides that I wanted to ride, which right now, Fire Drill is the only one that we're not gonna ride because we get wet. And I mean, I'm sweating, but like this is my hair with sweat versus an afro when it's wet. You're okay, sorry.
Apparently strives on the magic mystery and wonder of the so-called
So the show glitched. It's not funny. It's not funny. But we got express passes. We're gonna go try the other show, and then we're gonna try to just hit up the rides we haven't been able to ride. But I don't care if it's the last show of the night. I hope it comes back up because I actually do want to see what it was supposed to do. And poor DJ just wanted to nap.
Oh my god, it was so funny.
He does not have to worry about me. No, I was thinking that too. I was like, what, did y'all not hear what he said? Okay, so fingers crossed.
That it does not get canceled again.
It doesn't short circuit, cut out, because I actually do want to watch these shows.
Yes.
And I'm still holding the faith that we're going to be able to do everything we want to do today.
Yes.
It happened again! It happened again! So ultimately, with the way things are playing out, we're going to let the shows go. We're going to let Yoshi go. The goal is whatever this one's called, Minecart Madness. We're gonna use one of the expresses we got for Mario Kart. We're gonna do Battle of the Ministry. We're gonna hit up Frankenstein again because that one has a pretty decent wait time. And then we're gonna use the express on one of the other ones. And then from there, we will, I'm missing, oh, the carousel. The carousel also doesn't have a bad wait time. But yeah, both of the shows failed, so we got express passes for them, and Yoshi's just like, it's almost an hour, and I basically did the math, and we're gonna need about 3 hours of waiting time to ride the rides we can't use express for, so that's just how things are going. So we made a new plan. Because we got the expresses, I pretty much said we had like this little kafluki moment where we got a bonus express because the worker gave my brother 4. I'll talk about it more at the hotel when there's not as much noise. But ultimately, we kind of accepted our losses with the stuff we're not going to be able to do today. And it looks like we're going to go counterclockwise from here to the Mario Kart, then Monsters, Stardust Racers, the roller coaster, and How to Train Your Dragon, and the carousel. And we have roughly 3 hours left, so right now I think we're on point with doing that. Ultimately, I will show a summary of how our day went, but we're going to be skipping Battle of the Ministry, Yoshi's Adventure, and both of the shows, because it looks like right now the shows just aren't functioning or operational.
Why, these whippersnappers don't know a legend when they see one. Milky, I ain't got time to teach you some manners. The name's Critical.
We are using our first round of Express for Mario Kart.
lies ahead. Now is the time to abandon hope.
I am Igor. My job is to get you through this experiment in one piece. But Igor, I hear you say, where's the fun in that? I agree, you delightful freak. Sadly, this is not that kind of experiment. Look closely. This is a catacombs navigation unit. All your little lab rats and your little lab rat friends get to ride one. You sit, Igor steers, nothing goes wrong. Yes? Uh-oh. Don't look at that.
You will see. There's nothing to fear. Show them. What's that? Lower the lights. Now, these people are friends. He is amazing. Better than the original. He is the key to our most exciting experiment. For years, I have studied.
Unfortunately, our last ride of the night broke down, so we did not get to use our express passes technically, but we kind of got an express for an express. This has been a very long day of, hey, sorry kid, here's an express. Okay. We're not gonna go eat. I'm gonna do a debrief at the hotel about how things went today and my tips and tricks about Epic Universe if you are gonna come during this time. And then if you'd like to see how the rest of this trip goes, you should check out the Halloween Horror Nights or the Universal / Islands of Adventure vlog that's gonna be filmed starting tomorrow. So I will see you at the hotel.